Oh, every time I see you, 그대 눈을 볼 때면 자꾸 가슴이 또 설레어와 내
We're just getting, I think, some more pictures, and indeed, I think we might be able to bring you a still picture of the 28-year-old Australian man that we have been talking about. He is the suspect, as we understand it, that the New Zealand authorities are looking at. This picture, if we can bring it up, is of Brenton Tarrant. There you see him, and I believe this is taken from a video that he posted online. Now, he took to Facebook, and as we've discussed in the last half hour or so, in the most extraordinary fashion, he live streamed what we believe was his attack in the Al Noor Mosque in Christchurch. It seems it was filmed with some sort of GoPro head-mounted or body-mounted camera. The footage showed him firing indiscriminately at men, women and children from close range inside that central city mosque in Christchurch, and that is where we believe 41 people lost their lives.
And going back to you, James, and looking at this picture, I mean, one of the things to say again is how very concerned the New Zealand authorities are about that particular video. And the Interior Ministry has told people not to share it and that it may indeed be illegal to share it. Indeed.
And what is really interesting is that video provides further evidence that this was hugely organised, because a lot of from those who have watched it, and I have not watched it, I have chosen not to watch it, but you know, those who have watched it say that it clearly he's almost planned when he's going to say something into the camera, when he's going to shoot, when he's going to go here. It's almost as if he's planned the angle of the shot that he's going to take, which shows an astonishing degree of planning that has gone into this thing.
Well, you know what, James, I like you, was reading that 74-page document that he put out, and he says in it that he developed the idea of launching this sort of attack 2 years ago, and indeed for the last 3 months he has been planning the specific attack on Christchurch. Yeah. 3 months of his time devoted to precisely this, how he could kill the maximum number of people in an attack on Christchurch. And
the implication of that is that that's why he chose the particular weapons that he chose, and that is why you know, he chose the specific locations, and you know, the document, if this is, you know, again reflects his real motivations, explains that very, very clearly, why he targeted this particular individual. And as you were saying, Carrie, a lot of it is down to, you know, New Zealand itself. And
just to repeat, I suppose, what the New Zealand government has said about this, the content of the video is disturbing. It will be harmful for people to see, and that is why one of the reasons why we are not showing that video. Absolutely. We're only showing that still photograph from it. No. I mean, those people I have spoken to who have viewed it all say do not watch it.
James, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Let us quickly recap now on the events, how these attacks unfolded. At 1:40 p.m. local time, police responded to reports of shots fired in central Christchurch. People were urged to stay indoors and report any suspicious behaviour. Shortly afterwards, all schools in the city were placed into lockdown.
At 2:30 p.m, police described it as an active shooter situation. Later at 4 p.m, New Zealand Police Commissioner Mike Bush said there'd been multiple fatalities at 2 locations, both mosques in Christchurch.
He said that one person had been taken into custody, but warned it was unclear if more than one person was involved. Police also urged all mosques across New Zealand to shut their doors.
Well, New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern called it one of New Zealand's darkest days. At 5:30, police said 3 men and 1 woman had been taken into custody. A short time later, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison confirmed one of those arrested was an Australian citizen.
At 7:30, Prime Minister Ardern confirmed that 40 people had died and more than 20 were seriously injured. Then at 9 p.m, the death toll rose to 49.
And it was confirmed that 1 person had been charged with murder. The male suspect will appear at a Christchurch court on Saturday morning.